Hi Bradley,
Hello,
where we are?
we're at the University of Stirling, and this is where I went to university. Yeah, I was here for about 6 years. Initially, I started studying journalism for 1 year, but then I switched to human resource management. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys around my university where I spent 6 years studying. Yeah, so behind us here we've got like a small lake, and Parla can't actually believe this is a university campus. Like, this is where people go to university, because over there you have the student accommodation, so that's where the students live when they live on campus. My graduation day, I came here and got a lot of pictures with my family, because it's just a beautiful backdrop, very scenic backdrop, great for pictures, graduation pictures.
Especially when it's sunny.
Oh yeah, well, it doesn't happen very often, but when I graduated, it was very hot. It was a beautiful day. We got great weather for my graduation. And over here, this is the hub of the university. So the student union is it's kind of like a bar, and you can order food, and that's where a lot of the students meet up. So this is like the hub of the university, and there's like student support as well, and there's some cafes. Yeah, and the university is renowned for its sports courses, its sports degrees, its sports facilities. Like it's got an Olympic swimming pool, it's got great football pitches, and a lot of people come here to study like sports science and sports related degrees. And yeah, there are some football teams that come here to train, and some of the student athletes, who study at the university, they go on to take part in the Olympics or in the Commonwealth Games. And the university was founded in 1967, making it one of, I think it's the most modern Scottish university. Yeah, well, now I'm going to talk a little bit about my university experience. So when I was in high school at university, I had to do 5 exams in order to get into university here. And yeah, my exams, I mean, I won't lie, when I was at school, I didn't study a lot, but thankfully I still managed to get pretty good marks and I managed to get into university. But I quickly realized when I started university that if I wanted to pass the exams or get a good grade in the course, I had to study, I had to apply myself. So that was the big difference between university and school. And like I said, I started initially studying journalism because I wanted to be a sports journalist, because I was very into football, and I wanted to be maybe like a presenter on the TV, presenting like a football show, or talking about football on the TV. But I thought maybe that's just a dream. Maybe I won't be able to achieve that. So then I switched to human resource management, because I just felt that there would be more opportunities for me after university. And why does someone go to university? Because they want to learn some skills, get some knowledge, but ultimately get a decent job at the end. Yeah, and when I started studying here, I was very blown away. I was very impressed with the sports facilities, the pool, the football pitches, and I saw a lot of people who were, athletes who were training a lot. And yeah, I mean, university here in Scotland, it comes as a surprise to many people when I tell them this. They're very shocked. But if you're from Scotland, you can study at any university, minus one, which is a private one. You can study for free. You don't pay anything in tuition, okay, if you're from Scotland. But if you're from abroad, you have to pay tuition. So the university is funded by the government, taxpayers' money, but also through the tuition that is paid by foreign students. So normally the makeup of the university is normally like, when this depends, this varies, but normally about 60% of the students are foreign tuition paying students, and the rest are from Scotland or from the UK. So if you study here at university in Scotland, typically the degrees last 4 years. And yeah, so I got my undergraduate degree, my bachelor's degree in 4 years, and every semester you pick 3 classes. Okay, so you pick 2 classes which are fundamental; those are core classes to your degree. Okay, so I studied human resource management, and so I did a lot of business modules, and so I would have to pick 2 modules that were mandatory, so I didn't really choose them. And I got 1 elective, which means you can choose a different kind of class, from a different discipline, a different school, maybe English literature or maths or accounting or something different, something that's not necessarily related to your degree. And the way that you pass the class is they're all different depending on the module that you do, the class that you do. So normally um, you have to do an exam, you have to do sometimes a presentation, and an essay. You have to write an essay. So each thing is weighted differently, 30% the exam, 40% the presentation, and 30% the essay. And that's how you pass a module, a class. Yeah, so behind me, just up there, that's where the student library is. Okay, so that's where you have access to a lot of books, printers, computers. A lot of students go there to study. And when you pick like a module, a class, maybe like once or twice a week, you have a lecture. Okay, so that normally lasts like 1 hour, sometimes a little bit longer. And that's like a big room with quite a lot of students. And you have the lecture where you go through all of the content, and then once a week you have a class which is smaller, so you're divided into like smaller groups. So let's say there's 100 people in the lecture theatre, in the lecture hall. They will then be divided into like groups of like 20 or 15, and you go to a seminar, and you go into like a classroom. And what do you do in those classes? You do some exercises, you discuss with the other students what's being covered in the lectures, to see if you really understand what's been spoken about in the lectures. Yeah, and compared to some other universities here in Scotland, the University of Stirling, even though it's the most modern, is actually one of the smaller universities, because here in Scotland we have some really good universities, some very old, some of the oldest in the English-speaking world. The University of Edinburgh, for example, is one of the best in the world. I think it's one of the top 20 in the world. And yeah, I was talking about that private university. There's one private university in Scotland, and that's located in St Andrews. And a lot of the royal family have studied there. Kate and William, I think they studied there, and I think they met there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they met there.
Yeah, I think they met there. Yeah, so this is the entrance to the campus central. So this is the student hub of the university. Man, I didn't appreciate it at the time, studying here. I always like
Mi suegro.
esperándonos. Pero no se ve nada, la luz está apagada. Y no sé si se puede entrar. No, está cerrado. Well, this has been a quick tour of my university, where I went to university, the University of Stirling. And yeah, that's everything for my experience at university. Hope you guys liked the video. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Yep, and don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel.